Alrighty, folks. Sad day in Aggieland. The flag has been retired. Half-mast was only half good enough. It had to come all the way down. So let's hope that this new album review can perk us up a little bit. And we have the new one from Astral Doors called The End of It All. Pretty cool artwork, in my opinion. Well, it's AI, which rubs some people the wrong way, but you know, these guys aren't operating with big budgets these days, so I don't begrudge them anything, especially when it looks cool like that. There's the inside there. Pop this out of here. Back's plain. Just like the inside. Let me show you this here. There's that there. The last time, there's just lyrics on the inside. Last album I remember that had the Statue of Liberty on it was My God-Given Right by Halloween. So, AI or not, I think that one's probably AI too. And if it wasn't, this is still an upgrade over that one, that album cover. So this is the 10th release by these guys. They're out of Sweden. They play a blend of heavy metal, power metal. It's traditional power metal though. It's not keyboard heavy and have female vocals in there. I just discovered these guys this year. I was on a thread. And I was just talking about how nobody ever says somebody sounds like Dio. And this person said, you should listen to Astral Doors. So I went on YouTube and listened to a song. And I was like, yeah, that does sound like Dio. I'm going to check these guys out. Problem was, by the time I got around to buying a CD, I couldn't remember the name of the song. So I just started with their first album, which is called Of the Son and the Father, which came out in 2003. That was their debut. And so I just started with that one. That song was not on there because there weren't any overtly Dio sounding songs on that album. He did have a bit of Dio in his voice, but it wasn't anything egregious. Which brings us to this album. Now, this is their first one in 5 years, and from what I can tell, people were kind of surprised by this release. They kind of thought that the band was hanging it up. Also on this one, going back to buying that debut of the Son and the Father, I liked it enough that I was going to buy another CD by them and check out some more of their stuff. And when I went looking, that I saw this was coming out this year. So I figured I'd just wait and grab this one. Now back to the Dio type vocals. The singer, and man, I'm forgetting his name. Nils Johansson. I'm sorry if that's wrong. The lighting's not good in here and my eyes are even worse. He has made a conscious effort to start singing in a higher register, which he did for 99% of this album. Like I said, debut there were hints of Dio in there. This is all Andy Darris with hints of Tom Kiefer when Tom Kiefer's hitting his high notes, and maybe a bit of Ram, the vocalist for Ram, thrown in there too, which would make a little sense since they're from Sweden also. And I did go back and listen to the debut a little bit because when I first heard this album, after I listened to it, I did go back and check and make sure that it was still the same singer, because I didn't remember him singing in that register the whole time. And he didn't. He didn't, rarely sang in that high of a register, but here he's sings that way the whole time. Is this a new direction they're going in? I don't know. I mean, the music's still pretty similar, but the singing style is not for sure. So it starts off with a song called Temple of Lies. It's got a very Sabotage type intro, especially with the keyboards and the tempo. The next one's called Iron Dome. It's real mid-paced. The keyboards in this sound like Anya from Deep Purple. It's got a good guitar solo in it. Vikings Rise is the next one. It's like Halloween meets Manowar. Halloween was doing a Manowar cover. It would sound something like. It's got a cool John Lord type solo, keyboard solo in it. Heaven's Gate. It's another mid-paced number. It's got a dueling guitars in it. Masters of the Sky, another Halloween type intro with a gang chorus. You get an Yngwie type guitar solo in here. Like I said, people compared these guys a lot to the Dio, but I find more that they sound more like latter day Halloween, like Andy Dare's era Halloween, mixed with a little King Diamond, which may be the vocal stylings he's doing now, but there's also some keyboard efforts there, and a little Deep Purple too. They're all really good musicians. The drummer's really solid. He's kind of kept in the background a little bit. Him and the keyboard player are kind of playing on the same level, and nobody really is too far out front except for maybe the vocalist. Next one's the title track, another very Halloweenish track to me. It's really drum and keyboard driven, nice fast pace, and you get some good guitar trade-offs in this one too. Father Evil is the next one, and this one is where it's got, maybe not coincidentally, it's got some King Diamond type keyboards in it. It's got a pretty catchy chorus. When the Clock Strikes Midnight, probably my favorite song on here. Halloweenish type of song again, with some more King Diamond type keyboards. It does this cool countdown thing in the chorus when he's singing When the Clock Strikes Midnight, and the guys in the background are going 10, 9, 8. That's pretty cool too. The next one is A Night in Berlin. Sounds like Halloween, later day Halloween to me. Then the last song's called A Game of Terror. It's got this epic start to it with the keys, and it's got some gang chants going on, and then you get the return of the Deep Purple type keyboards coming in. It's got a gang style type chorus. There is a little brief part in the middle of the song. It's the longest song on the album, I'm pretty sure. It's a little over 7 minutes. There's a little brief interlude where it kind of slows down, and this is like the only time, and maybe he sings for 30 seconds and not his high-pitched voice that he's chosen to sing on this album with. And then the pace quickens and it speeds up a little bit. You get some nice guitar in there, and then it goes back to the gang type vocals and the marching type pace before it fades out. It's a solid album. I mean, I give it an 8 out of 10 easy. Like I said, I am not, like I said, the Astral Doors, that first one that I bought earlier this year, that's my first foray into the Astral Doors discography, even though they've been around for 21 years now. I may have heard the name, but I didn't know anything about them. Um, so I don't know how often he uses that high pitched vocal styling. Um, I know I have heard some people saying that he's never done it for an entire album, so they were kind of caught off guard by it. But I don't have the history with the band that they do, so um, it is a unique vocal delivery, but it doesn't sound bad at all. I mean, and like I said, the guitar player is really solid, drummer's really solid, keyboard player is really solid. So it's a good a good album. Astral Doors, the end of it all, 8 out of 10. You guys give it a spin and see what you think. Have a good one. How could I forget? I'll have some more videos for you tomorrow, hopefully, because I'm going to Wasp and Armored Saint tonight. You guys have a good one.